For tonight's season opening contest.
The volume's low. We can hear it. It's just the volume's low. It sounds good. It's low.
Tonight's game is between the Quakers of Horace Greeley and the Staples Wreckers. Greeley enters the game with a record of 1 win and no losses. Their head coach is Ben Potash. Staples High School is led by head coach Will Kashansky. Tonight is the opening game for the Staples Wreckers. At this time, could you please rise and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be sung by Staples senior Demi Betfarha.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early lights what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back to WWPT 90.3 FM Westport and the O'Shea Productions live stream. It is a beautiful night here from Paul Lane Field as Staples Wreckers lacrosse is back. This will be the first game of the Wreckers season as they take on the 1-0 Horace Greeley Quakers from New York. And this is Dylan Robin here with Charlie Curran tonight. And Charlie, we are going to be seeing some new faces for the Wreckers this season. Number one goalie on the number one team in the country, Josh Marcus at UNC. He is gone. He started off 4 years here at Staples. Nate Hammond will be taking the net tonight for the Wreckers. What are you expecting from him?
Yeah, Dylan. I mean, overall, I'm expecting a fantastic game. I've talked to multiple players on this lacrosse team. They're really excited to get this season started. They've been looking all winter, all fall, just for the season. They're feeling something special this season, and I'm feeling that with them as well. Going to be a great matchup. The Wreckers versus the Horace Greeley Quakers. Obviously, a lot of losses from that senior class graduating in 2025. Like you said, Josh Marcus, Adam Udell, those two really had a huge role in their path to the state championship final. And then obviously now, Justin Halke is out all season with an injury. Just a very impactful player overall, and just to lose him this year is very crucial.
Yeah, some huge players for the Wreckers not playing in tonight's game. Star attackman Charlie Clark also out tonight. But it will be some new faces tonight, and the Wreckers take the field. The goalies are in their goal. And Greeley, they have a good team. Their goalie, Luke Caplow, is a Holy Cross commit just as a junior, and he will be someone that will need to step up for Greeley tonight if they want to stay in this game.
Going to need a lot of players to step up on both sides, and it's going to be a very eventful night
As
Paul Lane Field.
Eric Skolnick takes the face-off. Ball is rolling around. No one has it yet, and that is going to be picked up by Greeley. Zach Klein, the captain, already taken away, and there's going to be a flag right then, right now. Greeley retains it. They will have a chance. They get it to the goalie, Kaplow. Over to the LSM, Justin Pufall. Back to Kaplow. That pass is on the ground. Nate Morello stumbles, does not get it, and falls down. It's going to be picked up by Greeley. That is Luke Dessy, the star player.
A lot of commotion early on for both sides. Early Rutgers penalty off that face-off, and now Greeley's going to have the advantage here.
Jackson Barr guarded by Finn Edwards. Tipped down by Max Hill. Dessy's running over to it. Dessy guarded by the Yale commit, Max Hill. Over at the right side, going to the back of the end zone. And Charlie, Luke Dessy has the Greeley all-time record for goals as a freshman, as Dessy tries to go past Hill, does not get anything, keeps going around. Dessy doesn't take it. Switches, passes it back over to Thomas Pollard. Pollard guarded tightly by Murillo.
The long offensive possession here for Greeley. Rutgers doing a great job maintaining their defense.
Now this is Brian Ross. Takes it to X. Jackson Barr guarded tightly by Finn Edwards. Swearingen helps on the double team. Ty Dolan, the captain now. Dodges the shot. Saved by Hammond.
Nate Hammond, a nice save early here, but here's where this penalty on the Rutgers is going to come in.
Yeah, will put them man down and have to face another long defensive possession, Charlie. But that defense looked pretty great, and that is something to watch. Their three deep holes, Nate Murillo, Rory Benton, and Bear Swearingen, all committed. Nate to Colgate, Rory to McGill, and Bear to Bates. And it will be really interesting to see how they step up now without Josh Marcus in net, but Hammond.
Yeah, I think those deep holes are going to be a very crucial part on this defense, especially to help Nate Hammond. And last year, I remember on a cleanup crew, I asked Bear a question. He said, it makes it very easy for a defender knowing that they have Josh Marcus in net behind them. And obviously right now that kind of changes, so that might change their attitude going into every game.
Now, Greeley has it at X. This is the shot, and it is good! That is Thomas Pollard with the goal. And man up, Greeley takes a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Thomas Pollard, just a junior attackman, great job making some space from a defender. He didn't really move much on that possession. He just knew the spot that he wanted to take the shot and able to put that one top right. Nate Hammond, not much you can do there from that close of a distance.
Yeah, you know, in the locker room, I'm not sure the precise number, but Staples does have a goal of man-down possessions they want to prevent goals on. Unfortunately for them, could not prevent it there as Greeley takes a 1-0 lead. And now this will be Eric Skolnick, the Babson commit, against Taviochi. That is going to be Edwards retains it, but he gets knocked down, picks it up, ball on the ground, and Max Hill gets it. Hill with the wheels, running past a couple defenders there. Max Hill passes it over to the freshman, Ben Martell, making his first start. Now Tristan Benton, Rory's brother, takes it at X, gets it over to Hunter Pillai. Now Ian Frankel, the junior, gets it, and Nick Weil has it. The Rutgers offense, they like to settle it down a bit, but here's Ian Frankel looking. Drives past, gets it back to Benton at X. Benton to Frankel. Back to Hunter Pillai. This looks like Connor Petrosino on the far side. Petrosino doesn't take anything. Ben Martell with it. Ian Frankel at the 20. Drives past the card. Ian Frankel the shot. No good as Greeley chases it. That was Captain Alexander Krinsky, and it will be Greeley's ball as we are now seeing the 10-man ride from Staples to stop this clear. That is right. Nate Hammond out of goal, guarding an attackman to stop the clear. It is a high-pressure, aggressive strategy, as that's the open net shot, but Hammond gets back and saves it. The clear working, the strategy working there as Nate Murillo, now Nick Weil, the Rutgers on the fast break, and he just misses the pass to Benton. Looks like he slipped there, Charlie.
Yeah, Benton lost his footing just a little bit. Maybe not in the right direction Benton wanted that pass from Nick Weil, but on that defensive side, Nate Hammond way out of goal, able to get that one before the heave from distance went in. We're going to see a lot of that this season for the Rutgers.
So now the ball is on the ground. Bunch of Wreckers run over to it. That is going to be kicked out and picked up. Rory Benton kind of shovels it over to Hunter Pillai. The Bucknell commit gets to the Nick Weil. Nick Weil looking to pass to Tristan Benton, drops it. Looks like he stepped in the crease, and that is the call as the Wreckers make their substitutions.
Tristan Benton would have had a nice, easy shot there, but it just couldn't get that ball right in his net properly off that first pass, and then obviously stepped in the crease as he tried to put up a second chance shot.
Is now Krinsky with the long heave to the far side. Now this is Thomas Pollard. The shot checked by Swearingen. The ball is down. That is Finn Edwards. Gets it now, passes it to Hammond, as the Wreckers will look to take their time clearing this ball, as now Nate Murillo gets it.
Yeah, Finn Edwards a little bit shaken up after a hit on that last Greeley possession. Looks like he's back out now.
Nate Hammond coming out of goal to help with the clear. That was something we've seen Marcus do very well in his 4 years at Staples. Hammond looks to continue that, but looks like a Staples turnover there. Swearingen just could not handle it.
It's going to stay with the Wreckers.
Oh, stays with the Wreckers.
I think it might have kicked off of a Greeley foot. The Wreckers were obviously closest.
Yeah, that's interesting, and it looks like it will be Connor Petrosino, the sophomore who did see minutes last year with the ball. Now, Petrosino guarded by Michael Giamelli. Gets it over to Nick Weil. The football quarterback, Nick Weil, now takes it to his left hand. Nick Weil drives past, doesn't have anything. Passes back to Benton. Benton shot saved. There's a flag, and it is going to stay Staples ball, and this will be their first real chance to get a goal here.
Yeah, Rutgers have had a lot of opportunities early in this game. 7 minutes and 5 seconds remain. Greeley only up 1-0. If the Rutgers just keep this pressure on to Luke Kaplow in goal, it's going to be hard for him to maintain all this pressure, and some of these Rutgers shots will start to hit the back of the net. But on that Greeley side, they definitely have the talent. They were the Section 1 Class B champions last year. But then, obviously, that one seed after that win, they were upset in the first round of states. They were obviously favored to win the whole thing, but did not turn out that way. So they definitely have the talent, definitely have the squad, right group of guys. But they did lose key player Jake Gashi this year, as he did transfer to Taft. Probably their best player, Dylan.
Yeah, completely agree with that. And Greeley, they have played a game. Maybe that helps them a little bit. They beat New Fairfield, the number 9 team in Connecticut, 9-8. Staples is ranked number 3. So now the Wreckers will look to score. They are selling it now. Jack Pillai gets to Hunter Pillai, his brother. Pass to Nick Weil. Shot looks like deflected by Krinsky. Ball is down. Petrosino picks it up on the right side. Connor Petrosino with it to Hunter Pillai. Hunter Pillai, the shot, it's good! Hunter Pillai sinks it for the Wreckers' first goal of the season.
Hunter Pillai from 10 yards out was an absolute rocket. Going to see a lot of that this year from the number 1 attackman. Obviously, Charlie Clark out in this game with an injury. It's definitely going to help seeing Hunter Pillai step up for this Wreckers offense. Great shot, great goal all around. 1-1 tie. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first.
Yeah, Charlie, Hunter Pillai, the Bucknell commit. All I have heard from players this offseason is how much better the junior has gotten, and it is showing so far tonight. 1 shot, 1 goal, as the Wreckers are now tied with the Quakers. 1-1, 6:40 left in the first quarter. Skolnick takes the face-off for Taviochi. 2 experienced Fogos. Ball on the ground, picked up by Ty Dolan, the captain. Looks like there's going to be a whistle and Greeley timeout.
Good timeout from the Greeley there. Obviously, they got that face-off in their favor, so it's going to stay on that offensive possession. Maybe going to try and look up a play here, draw something up to throw the Wreckers off.
Yeah, and if Greeley's going to draw something up, we haven't said his name much tonight. It's been a pretty slow offensive game, but they're going to draw something up to Luke Desi, the sophomore attackman. Last year, this is about to sound crazy, Luke Desi with 71 goals. That is 3.4 goals per game, and that has the freshman all-time goals record at Greeley. He had 15 hat-tricks in his 20 games. He was one of 3 freshmen to be New York All-Section 1, and he was an all-league player. He is someone to really watch out for tonight. But the Staples defense is great, and they will look to contain him.
Yeah, definitely the biggest threat on the offensive side for Greeley. Luke Desi he might not be. Excuse me, that was the station ID, but like I was saying, Luke Desi is the biggest threat on this offensive side. Saw a lot of him freshman year, obviously, and even though his size might not be the biggest, in this sport, you don't really have to be the tallest, the strongest. It's all mostly about speed and quickness is what helps, and he's got all of that.
Yeah, and he's a great shot, too. Guarded by Swearingen, though. It will be a tough matchup, as this is now Ty Dolan. Now over to Luke Desi on the right side. Guarded by Swearingen, the matchup we're all looking for. The lefty takes it. The shot! No good. Greeley chases after it. It's going to stay Greeley ball.
It was very close. Great job there from Roy Benton to put all of his effort out and chase that one down. Unable to do so.
Now, Greeley with the ball at X. This is Jackson Barr. Now Luke Desi. Nate Murillo giving him some pokes. Desi switches it. Nate Murillo very aggressive on him. So now Max Hill comes in. They have 2 to 3 guys on Desi. Now Jackson Barr, no one on him at X. The pass, it is no good. On the ground, Bear Swearingen knocks it away from Luke Desi. Whose ball will it be? It will be Staples' ball.
Great defense there from the Wreckers. They just stayed contained, looked so calm throughout that whole possession. Good job overall. Now we're going to see the speed from Max Hill and why he's so useful for this team.
Yeah, Max Hill, probably the fastest player on the Wreckers, I would say, Charlie. But he is just an unbelievable D-midi and is committed to Yale. Just so impressive from the junior. As now the Wreckers look to settle into their offense. Ian Frankel with it. Gets it over to Benton at X. Now this is Nick Weil coming in. Nick Weil hot. Saved by Luke Kaplow. As now Greeley will attempt to clear. Looks like they won't have an attackman as deep to try to disrupt the 10-man ride from Staples. As now Krinsky gets it. This is just fundamentals here on the clear. This is now Ty Dolan. Triple team. That ball is down. Going to be picked up by Benton on the fast break. Benton to Benton to Ben Martell, the freshman. The first shot of his Staples career is good. Ben Martell with the goal.
The freshman Martell getting things done here at Pauline Field. Going to see a lot of action from him this year. Obviously, first game of the season, first start of the season for the freshman. The Wreckers' youth is bright, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, and Ben Martell stepping up just perfectly describes the Wreckers' mindset, the Wreckers' fundamentals, the Wreckers' philosophy this season, as it is new players stepping up when key players go down. It's that next man up mentality. Charlie Clark not playing tonight. Ben Martell steps in and takes the lead for the Wreckers.
It's great to see from the freshman. I know Coach K loves putting those young guys out there, giving them the opportunity, and especially when you got a talent like Ben Martell getting those starts.
And now Eric Skolnick pretty easily wins the face-off. What he is so good at, gets it to Connor Petrosino, to Hunter Pillai. Looks like there's going to be a whistle. Staples timeout as Skolnick limps off the field. That is not a good look.
Yeah, not the greatest look for sure. I'm not exactly sure what could have happened. It could be maybe a little bit of something with that knee. I know he's had a torn meniscus last year. But we'll see if that's the reason for the limp right now. Could be just temporary. I know there was a lot of contact after he picked up that face-off.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, Eric Skolnick, the Babson commit, such a good face-off, get-off Fogo guy, and part of that is because of his size. He is just absolutely huge. A great defensive end for the Wreckers this fall football season, and he can really just out-body, out-man anyone on the face-off, as he looks like to be stretching out that leg a little bit. Looks fine to me, but he does have a toughish matchup against Luke Taviacci, the experienced senior, with a 58% face-off win percentage. So that will be one to watch, but if the Wreckers can capitalize on the face-offs, that will be huge for a win tonight.
2-1 is your score. Wreckers lead. 4.5 minutes remain. Dylan Robin and Charlie Curran on the call, live from Pauline Field.
Now Hunter Pillai to Ian Frankel, the two juniors. Tristan Benton. Martell now on the right side. Now it is Connor Petrosino. Petrosino, the lefty on his left side, has nothing there. Now Hunter Pillai, the shot. It's good. Hunter Pillai with his second of the night. The Wreckers lead 3-1.
That was disgusting, Dylan. 1 foot, just a little sidearm rip right at that goalie's glove. Or excuse me, stick. Just so much pace behind that shot. It's really, really difficult to save those.
Yeah, and Charlie, I'm not sure if you know about this, but the Wreckers bench mob has some pretty crazy celebrations after every goal. We just saw them
I wasn't able to see that one.
Yeah, was not able to catch that one, but I saw the end of it a little bit. They were rolling around. Will be something to watch if the Wreckers take a pretty big lead in this game, because as the game goes on, they just get crazier and crazier. Love to see the energy from the players. As now Skolnick pops it out to Max Hill. What a win on the faceoff. As now Max Hill, with all the momentum, drives it down. As now the Wreckers already have the ball just like that. Tristan Bennett at X, guarded by Justin Pufall. To Hunter Pillai, the biggest threat on this Wreckers team right now. Pillai with it. Ian Frankel gets it over to Nick Weil. Now Connor Petrosino coming in at the 30. Petrosino takes it, slows it down a little bit. Petrosino tries to get to his left side. Has nothing. Hunter Pillai now. Nick Weil will slow it down at the 35. Ian Frankel guarded by the sophomore Michael Giamelli. Can he capture on the inexperience? Now Connor Petrosino on the left side to Hunter Pillai. Gets absolutely triple teamed, clobbered there on the slide, but the Wreckers do retain possession.
Yeah, Hunter Pillai got clobbered there right in front of the net. But I just want to highlight one player, Tristan Benton. He's been doing a great job at X so far. Just a couple bobbles, but not really anything crucial. He's done a great job really being the guy who sets up these plays. Adam Udell was there last year. Now Tristan Benton stepping into that role.
And that's going to be a flag on Greeley. While we were talking there, Zach Klein, the best defender on the Quakers, the captain, just getting his stick in Hunter Pillai's hands. That is just not allowed at all.
Yeah, 100% a foul. Even saw that from the press box over here. Like I was saying, Tristan Benton really generates most of these plays, and that's a very great key to have for your guy at X.
Yeah, and the Wreckers, they are 1 for 1 on goals in their man-up offense, and will be interesting to see if they can capitalize again here. Their man-up offense looking like Connor Petrosino, Hunter Pillai, and his brother, the freshman Jack Pillai, a rising star. And then on the other side, Ben Martell, looks like Nick Weil and Ian Frankel, as this is just a star-studded group on this man-up offense. Now Nick Weil. They're in like a rectangle shape. To Jack Pillai, gets it to his brother. Hunter with it. Ben Martell. Does not shoot. Ben Martell, the shot off the crossbar. Takes a weird bounce. The Wreckers will keep it.
That was almost a rip from Ben Martell. Just hit off the crossbar. Great shot from Ben Martell, the freshman, as he loves that left side. Or excuse me, right side.
Hunter Pillai with it. Doesn't take it. Ian Frankel, the rip. No good. A very elaborate jump by Petrosino, but goes to Greeley and Alexander Krasinski. No goal for the Wreckers there. Not something that Coach K wants to see. Is now Greeley looks to clear. That is Luke Kaplow. Hammond on the other side, out of net, completing that 10-man ride. So that's an aggressive pass over to Brian Ross. And there's going to be a flag called on the Wreckers, looks like.
Looks like maybe a cross-check there from either Max Hill or Finn Edwards. I'm not quite sure exactly on who.
Looks like Max Hill is going to be out of the game. But now it looks like the Wreckers are happy, actually. Doesn't it?
Could be. I mean, or maybe they're just trying to get some momentum for their boys.
Yeah, I'm not.
Refs are kind of still talking it over.
Yeah, didn't really see much there on the far side of the field, so definitely hard to see from up here in the press box. But looks like it will be even 5-on-5 now. Both teams man down.
Don't really see that every day, Dylan. I'm not quite sure exactly why both teams are down a man. Maybe we'll get that answer in a bit, but the refs still seem to be talking it over on that Rutgers sideline.
Yeah, and while they talk it over, Charlie, let's talk about Coach K. And Coach K, 93-31 as the Rutgers head coach. That is a 75% winning percentage. The Rutgers have won the state championship in 3 of their last 4 years. In the 1 year they didn't win, they won their first ever FCAC championship. Coming over from New Canaan, Coach Will Kashansky has completely changed this Rutgers lacrosse program.
Yeah, even the seniors this year, they've been playing together since Westport lacrosse. I mean, even before they all spread out to different clubs, they've been together since they were just kids. So the chemistry between this senior class is phenomenal, and you just love to see that, especially with that senior class. They've gotten 3 rings the past 3 years. So they're looking to make it a 4-peat like last year's team, like last year's seniors did. They got a ring every single 4 years of their high school career. It would be an unbelievable accomplishment for both Coach K and the senior class this year.
As it looks like the stoppage will be over, as it will be Greeley ball with both teams a man down. As Greeley with some last-minute substitutions. And Jackson Barr takes it in. Barr guarded by Finn Edwards, the sophomore. Over to Ty Dolan, the senior captain, looking to generate some momentum from his team. Guarded by Dan Devine, normally a Fogo, stepping up as a defensive midi with the injury of Jake McGeehan.
Yeah, Daniel Devine has a lot of speed. That's definitely very useful for these defensive middies. Obviously, Max Hale is one of them, and Daniel Devine is the second. It's just a great, really great, like double team power there that you have from Max Hale and Daniel Devine.
Yeah, Dan Devine, a running back with all that speed, and he also plays defensive back, which is pretty much the stance you need as a defensive midi. If you've seen a lot of Staples defensive middies do play defensive back on the football side. As now this is Greeley passing it around behind Connor Petrosino. Pressures Jackson Barr to Ty Dolan.
Petrosino almost had that steal there, but Barr just looked behind him at the right time.
Now Jackson Barr with nothing gets it to Luke Desi. Dan Devine guarding. This is a mismatch for Desi. He gets around Devine, looking for a shot, doesn't take it. Ends up shooting it into 3 Rutgers as Finn Edwards picks it up. And Finn Edwards gets around the entire Greeley attack. Passes it to Hunter Pillai. Hunter Pillai loses it. Don't know if that will be a shot or a pass, but will stay Staples ball. They are calling that a shot as Finn Edwards is hyped as he runs back to the Staples side.
That was unbelievable. Finn Edwards took that one from the Rutgers 30 all the way down to the Greeley 30.
Yeah, Edwards, just a sophomore, played some key minutes last year, will be huge for the Rutgers at LSM long stick midi this year. So the ball's now on the ground. Greeley picks it up. Just 17 seconds left in this quarter. The Rutgers are up 3-1. So that's now a heave from Kaplow. Gets it over to Thomas Pollard now. And he just overthrows Spencer Acard with 6 seconds left. Hunter Pillai goes in quick. The pass to Benton. He fumbles it. That should be the end of the quarter. As it is, the Rutgers lead the Greeley Quakers 3-1. The end of the first. A beautiful night at Pauline Field. It is Dylan Robin and Charlie Kern on the call here at Staples.
Very eventful first quarter that we had, Dylan. 3-1. A lot of action from the Rutgers offense. Hunter Pillai with 2, and the freshman Ben Martell with 1. If Greeley steps up on that offensive side, gets some more shots off, then it's going to be a lot closer game. Maybe even they could take this lead over. But if they just get their main guy, Luke Desi, going, this game could totally turn upside down. But the Rutgers are doing a great job bringing guys over when Greeley seems to be shooting, and they're just able to block those shots. Like, Like, it's really nothing. Nate Hammond hasn't had a lot of trouble except for that first goal. Other than that, it's really been easy for him in net, so we haven't seen much from the junior. But we'll see how that could change or maybe stay the same for the next 3.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there, Charlie. But I really got to give props to the Staples defense, man. They are so impressive. They have been so impressive tonight. Other than that first shot, like you said, I don't think that Greeley has had any shot that had even any chance of going in. Hammond was great in that, but this defense, we talked about it earlier, they are the side of the ball to watch this year. Normally, the offense gets all the attention, but this year, this Staples Records defense is one to fear. They have just been so talented and look to continue it as we head into the second quarter. Staples 3, Greeley 1.
Skolnick's done a great job at that face-off position. A little bit slow to start, but then he's really picked it up, and except for those first 2 face-offs, there hasn't been one where the Wreckers have lost. So great to see from the senior Eric Skolnick, as he's going to have a lot of talent this whole season, I believe.
Yeah, and Charlie, the Wreckers enter this season as the number 3 team in Connecticut, the number 8 public high school in the country. Very impressive for the program. Always seems like they're in that rankings, and one of the reasons why they're in that rankings is they play against the best. They play against some great competition, some top teams, and that's what the Wreckers will do this Saturday as they head down to Long Island to take on a top 10 team in the country, the St. Anthony's Flyers. As now, Eric Skolnick wins the faceoff easily. Eric Skolnick on the break gets it to Pillai. Hunter Pillai misses Martell on the pass. A missed opportunity there for the Wreckers.
Yeah, Skolnick, great job getting that offensive possession started with a faceoff win, like I was just saying. I was kind of looking for him to take a shot, as we saw a couple goals from him last year. Would have been very fun to see. But just a miscommunication, a misplacement from a pass from Hunter Pillai to Ben Martell.
Now Greeley on the clear. No one was in net there. Hammond gets back quickly, though, as now that is Brian Ross loses the ball. Ball is on the ground. Nowhere to be found. Picked up by Jackson Barr, trying to make his way through a couple of Staples defenders, and it's going to be a Greeley timeout.
Yeah, Greeley was under a lot of pressure there. They kind of just heaved it over to Nate Hammond in goal. Good timeout there from Greeley, as now they have a better opportunity to make a play, figure out where their men are going to be, and get onto that offensive side and maybe put a goal on this scoreboard.
Yeah, and as we've seen it a little bit tonight, it's still April. This is the Records' first game of the season. The temperature's still in the 40s. There's definitely some rust from this team tonight. We've seen some missed passes, some drop passes, but I'm not too worried about that, actually. I think that in this game, as it goes on, the Records will feel more comfortable, and as the season continues, should not be much of an issue based on how much time, work, and effort this team puts in. Almost every player wall balls, hits 100 passes left and right hand on the wall every day. Just huge for the fundamentals, which is such an important part of lacrosse, unlike some other sports where throwing and catching obviously is important, but sometimes it's just natural. In lacrosse, a little different.
It's a lot more difficult, to say the least. And also, if you're going to be playing teams like in the FCAC, which is a very talented division, and even teams like Greeley who aren't in the FCAC, or St. Anthony's who also isn't in the FCAC, but they've got a lot of talent. So the Wreckers are going to have a tough schedule this year, coming off a state championship win. So if they get those passes to fall, those shots to go into the back of the net, are they going to be talented?
Yeah, I would say the FCAC is the best division, public or private, in all of lacrosse. Darien, New Canaan, Ridgefield, Staples, Wilton. So now there's a flag called on Staples right there as Jackson Barr takes it now with an opportunity. Luke Desi. The missed pass. Greeley looking to shake off that rust as well, as it will stay Greeley ball now as the flag will be used and the Wreckers will be man down once again.
Yeah, Tristan Benton's going to head off this time, along with Daniel Devine. Based on that foul, it's going to be a cross check, I believe. So Greeley has another opportunity, and the last time they scored, they were up a man, so you might see a little bit of a repeat here to bring this deficit down to 1.
Yeah, and Charlie, I love the Wreckers man-down defense. 4 poles, Finn Edwards, Nate Murillo, Rory Benton, Bear Swearingen, and then Max Hill as the D midi. Let's see if Greeley can capitalize, though. This is now Thomas Pollard with it. Swings it over to Barr. Ty Dolan. Tight defense by the Wreckers. Now it's going to be 23 at X. Ball is down. Though Greeley gets it back. Jackson Barr slows it down. Coach Ben Potash is unhappy. He wanted the shot there from Barr.
Yeah, definitely wanted to put up a shot. As they're still up a man, or not anymore actually. Penalty kill is off. Nick Wiles in on this defensive side.
Now this is the shot. It is good. Jackson Barr makes the deficit 3-2. We have a game here, Charlie.
Jackson Barr with another rip. First it was Pollard, now it's Barr. Just two absolute great goals that get past Nate Hammond in net. Obviously, no Josh Marcus, so it's not as good as Josh Marcus, but Nate Hammond definitely has the skill, and I know a lot of players have his back. They know he's got it in him. They trust him in net. He just got to shake off that rust, like you said earlier on, Dylan, but that shot was almost unsavable from Jackson Barr. Just perfectly placed top right from the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and something about Nate Hammond that I think we are going to see as the season continues is he is living in the quote-unquote shadow of Josh Marcus, the All-ACC Defensive Player of the Week, the goalie on the #1 college lacrosse team in the country. But I think, Charlie, as the season goes on, Nate Hammond will be Nate Hammond. He will not be the goalie after Josh Marcus. He will be Nate Hammond. He will step up and be an elite goalie for this Wreckers defense. As now Greeley gets the ball after seems like some sort of false start on the faceoff. That is over the head. Thomas Pollard saved by Nate Hammond. Speak of the devil, Charlie. Right back there. Now Bear Swearingen with it. Looks to clear. Back to Nate Hammond now. Completes the clear to Connor Petrosino as the Wreckers just shifted all momentum now on the offensive end. Ben Martell here. Drives the left hand, the shot! Ben Martell, the freshman, with his second of the night. Absolutely disgusting, Charlie.
That was unbelievable, Dylan. It looked like Ben Martell was looking to cut inside, didn't have it. But then he just had a nice little spin move out and ripped a nice underhand shot right past Luke Kaplan in goal. Unbelievable by the freshman. It's been Hunter Pillai and Ben Martell this whole time. But all of that generated from Nate Hammond in net, not the goalie behind Josh Marcus. Nate Hammond with a great save, able to start that offensive push for the Wreckers.
Yeah, and Charlie, something else. Charlie Clark, the Vermont commit, obviously one of the most talented players on the Wreckers. But now if I'm Coach K, I'm going to have a hard time taking Ben Martell off the field after what he has done tonight. When Clark is back, obviously Clark will be starting, but I see Ben Martell getting some key minutes as this season goes on. One, to help for his development, and two, because he is just so talented just as a freshman. As the Wreckers win the faceoff and look to capitalize again. This is freshman Jack Pillai with the wheels like his brother. Jack Pillai drives the shot. It's good. Freshman again. Jack Pillai with the goal. 5-2 Staples. They have taken a quick lead. Just 8:55 into the second quarter.
Jack Pillai's turn. He says, hold on, I want some of this action. Jack Pillai does it all himself after that quick sub and just used his speed. Got right past his defender and able to put that one top left. Past Kaplow and goal once again. Jack Pillai showing some light here early on in this season. 5-2, Wreckers lead now.
Already 3 goals by the Pillai brothers. 3 goals by freshmen tonight. Huge players stepping up for the Wreckers. Some new faces, some old. The Wreckers lead 5-2 over the Horace Greeley Quakers. 8:55 left. As Eric Skolnick now takes the faceoff. Ball goes up. Finn Edwards gets it. Knocked down by Luke Taviocci, though. Ball on the ground. Taviocci picks it up. Guarded by Bear Swearingen. Ball is out. Picked up by Luke Desi. Luke Desi guarded by Max Hill. Ball is down again. Bear Swearingen picks it up. down again.
So much commotion.
And the refs finally blow a whistle.
Timeout, Staples.
Yeah. Great timeout by Coach Kashansky as the Wreckers are hyped as they walk back to the sideline.
Yeah, Max Hill was getting some crazy big checks on pretty much every single Greeley either defenseman or attacker in that area. He just wanted contact. Looking like Cam Scatabo out there. Just so much commotion, so many ground balls unable to be picked up. But like you said, it's early on in the season. So once those start to be picked up more, there's going to be a lot better possessions for both sides.
Yeah, both teams really struggling with the ground balls, but when they are getting picked up, it's almost always going to the Staples Wreckers, which is huge. Only 8:27 left in the second quarter. It feels like we've seen an entire half already of lacrosse. This has been a great game with tons of excitement, Charlie.
100% agree with you, Dylan. But for Greeley, it's really only been Thomas Pollard and Jake Barr on the offense. We haven't seen much from Luke Desi. He's maybe gotten a couple assists, but haven't seen any shots from him yet. Definitely a sophomore to be on the lookout for in the next couple of years for that college recruitment. But we'll see what he's got. Still 2.5 quarters to play. So we'll see if anything changes.
And now the Wreckers will have the ball. It will be Connor Petrosino taking it in as they look to extend their lead to 4. Now, Bear Swearingen gets it over to Nate Murillo to Ian Frankel. Ian Frankel absolutely blows past A-Card. And now Tristan Benton at X. Hunter Pillai now. Is he the brother of Jack Pillai or is he Hunter Pillai? Both have been so great tonight. As now he gets it to his brother, Jack Pillai, a connection to watch the next 2 years. Jack Pillai to Nick Weil at the right 40-yard line about the hashes. Nick Weil short stick guarding him. That is Drew Ginsburg. Nick Weil the pass. Tristan Benton the shot. It's good. Tristan Benton with his first of the night as the Wreckers take a 6-2 lead.
That was an unbelievable pass from Nick Weil there on that right side. Just, he saw Tristan Benton ripping around the backside of the net and just delivered a textbook pass. Looked like he was a quarterback, just throwing a football right to him.
And there is a reason that Nick Weil has been the starting quarterback for Staples football the last 2 years. His vision on the field, whether it's football or lacrosse, just so excellent, Charlie. And that was just an incredible pass with a great finish from Tristan Benton as the Wreckers now take a 6-2 lead. And the face-off going to be Greeley's way. Luke Taviocci as Sam DiGiovanni lays the check. Passes it to Luke Desi, who loses the ball. Bear Swearingen winning the matchup there with the check as it now goes Staples' way. Getting checked now. It is a great clear from the Wreckers. Dan Devine now with it. Back to Hunter Pillai. DiGiovanni, the missed pass there. Once again, the rust and DiGiovanni being a long pull. Much harder to make tougher catches there, Charlie.
Great job. I just want to highlight Bear Swearingen on that play. Locking up Luke Desi. Just did a great job able to pick that ball free from his stick and get the Wreckers an offensive transition.
As that was a good pass by Luke Kaplow. Just goes over 23 for Greeley's head as it will be the Wreckers' ball. Now, Nate Hammond takes it out. That gets intercepted. That could have been bad, but dropped on the ground. Luke Desi could not complete the catch. Nick Weil with it to Max Hill now. Max Hill to the left hand now. Gets past Kyle Wan. And now it is the freshman, Ben Martell. Such a threat as we have seen tonight to Max Hill. Slows it down. Nick Weil with it. Looks like the Wreckers are conducting some substitutions as Hill comes off the field. Ian Frankel in for him. Now Petrosino on the left 30-yard line at the numbers. Guarded by Drew Ginsburg. Connor Petrosino Takes it to X. Slows it down a bit. One could call this a mismatch with the shorty. Petrosino now to Weil. Weil the drive. He loses it. Had a one-on-one there, but just could not retain the ball. But Staples does take it, and that is Ben Martell, the freshman, showing a little bit of inexperience with the miss pass, but a great play by Bear Swearingen taking it over, hitting it over to the Wreckers side. That was huge from him.
Hunter Ply with a great pickup there as Franco was having a hard time picking that one up with Michael Giamelli right on him.
Once again, Charlie, it's that early season rust. Now Connor Petrosino can't get past Ginsburg quite yet. Hunter Pillai to Ian Frankel, guarded by Giamelli. Just a sophomore. Ian Frankel, though, the shot just above the net. Ian Frankel looking to capitalize on the sophomore Giamelli. Can't score quite yet, as now it's Ben Martell to Frankel. As Hunter Pillai drops it, it will go and be an over and back Greeley ball as Luke Desi picks it up quickly, tried to get something going there. Refs did not like that one, though.
Yeah, Hunter Pillai just wanted to look for his options too quick on that one. Just turned his head away a little too early and pulled his stick away, unable to catch that pass. It's going to be Greeley ball.
Jackson Barr, already a goal tonight, takes it to X now. Looks like Ian Frankel on him. Barr now. Edwards on the slide with some great help there. Gets to Thomas Pollard. A threat. Petrosino guarded. Pollard the shot. Wide left. Stays Greeley ball.
Pollard had a little bit of a seam there. Wanted to take the shot. Kind of felt himself a little bit there. Just put it a little bit left. But a good opportunity there for Greeley.
A 23 for Greeley. Gets tripped. They are going to call the flag on Swearingen. The ref was a little bit hesitant there. Was not sure if it was going to be a turnover or a flag. They call a flag, as now the Wreckers are faced once again with a man-down situation as Greeley looks to cut the lead to 3.
Greeley up a man once again. Definitely going to need a goal here as they are down 4 with just 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. If they want to get some momentum, they got to get it now going into the half, because if not, the Wreckers are definitely going to start pulling away.
Yeah, and last year Greeley averaged 13.3 goals per game. 2 so far, my mistake. Not on pace for that. Jackson Barr, the shot, the rip, it is good. Greeley looked like they were slowing it down, but all of a sudden, Jackson Barr rips it for his second of the night. The Greeley quarterback showing off that arm talent. 6'3", gets past Nate Hammond.
Yeah, Jackson Barr, that one was from pretty far out. A lot of power behind that one. Unable for Nate Hammond to get the save there, but still Wreckers have 3-goal insurance. So I don't think they're worried that much right now, as Eric Skolnick winning this faceoff would definitely help.
Yeah, I'm not sure that anyone really expected Jackson Barr to shoot that there. A little bit far out. Looked like he was at the 20, 25-yard line. That's 10, 15 yards out, and just the great shot and a great goal. Now, Di Giovanni. It's the face-off. Probably the most energetic player on the Wreckers, as now Max Hill picks it up. Max Hill with it to Hunter Pillai. 2 goals already tonight with a short stick on him. This could be dangerous. Oh, Hunter Pillai slips and loses the ball. It's going to Zach Klein. Hunter Pillai the ride. Greeley now with possession. They're going to call a flag on Hunter Pillai there.
Or is it going to be an offsides call?
I think if it was offsides, would they stop it, right? You would think. I'm not too sure about that. Seems like it's definitely on the Wreckers, though. As now, looks like Greeley will have the next 2 possessions on offense. Just about 3 minutes left here in this first half. Jackson Barr at X. Luke. That is not Luke Desi. That is 23 for Greeley. don't have his name quite yet, but the behind-the-back shot was a good attempt, just no good.
Yeah, Greeley's getting their shots, getting their opportunities, just have missed a couple. Nate Hammond has saved a couple. So if they get those to fall, and this game is definitely within reach for the Greeley Quakers.
Now, Luke Desi passes it over. Jackson Barr with it. Will he shoot it again from deep? Decides not to. But now a threat from deep. Now Zach Klein, the LSM, on the offensive side. Barr from deep again. The hat trick for Jackson Barr. Some deep shots, deep goals. As this is a 2-goal game, Charlie.
Yeah, like I said, Dylan, if they're going to want some momentum going into the second half, they're going to need it now. And Jackson Barr steps up to the plate and absolutely just cranks them. 2 goals and 2 shots from Jackson Barr. Cuts the lead to 2. And now with 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the half, Greeley only has 2 goals to go before this is a tie game.
Yeah, Charlie, we were talking all about Luke Desi, but Jackson Barr, the junior, stepping up huge for Greeley. Not one of our players to watch, but certainly for the second half will be one to look out for. As now Eric Skolnick wins the faceoff, gets to Sam DiGiovanni, who loses the ball, gets checked by Justin Pufall. Ball on the ground, picked up by Luke Taviocci. Now Greeley with all the momentum looking for the clear, but Zach Klein drops it as Ben Martell gets pushed over to the defensive side. They don't call anything. As now Rory Benton has it, picks it up, gets a pass out to Hunter Pillai. Great clearance there from the Wreckers. Just about 2 minutes left in this first half. Hunter Pillai with the pass, the roll over to Connor Petrosino as the Wreckers will look to slow it down. And Charlie, a debated topic last year, will the shot clock come to FCAC and Connecticut lacrosse? There is no shot clock running tonight, which means that is not happening. I know when they play St. Anthony's this weekend, there will be a shot clock. Brunswick, there's a shot clock. The prep schools do shot clocks, but not here at Paul Lane Field. As now Connor Petrosino gets past, switches to the left hand, and it is good. Connor Petrosino with his first goal of the season, and the Wreckers bounce right back, 7-4. 1:34 left in this first half.
Connor Petrosino, great job getting inside, and really an even better job switching to that left side. Just that quick movement over to the left just messed up Luke Capello and able to get it right past him. Wreckers respond to those 2 goals with Connor Petrosino's right there, and that's big going into the half.
Yeah, and Petrosino had a short stick defensive midi on him. If I'm Petrosino, I'm taking that as some sort of disrespect. The elite players get the pulls on them, and Connor Petrosino is elite, especially when he gets over to his left side. That left-handed shot just so special, and he does just that, extends the lead 7-4 as the Wreckers respond. Skolnick now wins it, but doesn't pick up the ground ball quite yet. Seems like some sort of scrum, but Eric Skolnick making his way through. Eric Skolnick, the break. Eric Skolnick, the shot. Saved by Kaplan, retained by Benton. Tristan Benton, the shot. It is good. What a quick possession for the Wreckers, as it is an 8-4 lead, just like that, Charlie.
Tristan Benton, it's his turn once again. That's his second of the night. The Wreckers now have their own 2 in the last probably about 4 minutes. Just great job from the Wreckers offense to respond, and pretty much convinced everyone here at Paul Lane Field wanted that Eric Skolnick goal to fall, which would have been absolutely electric.
Yeah, but let's talk about that face-off from Eric Skolnick. Wins it pretty easily, but can't pick up the ground ball. Now 3 Greeley defenders are surrounding him. He uses his body, just absolutely outwills them, gets the ground ball, charges through the defenders, fast break, missed shot, but Benton can just go pick that ball right up and have a wide open one-on-one at the crease. As it looks like the referees now are checking Eric Skolnick's stick. Greeley's going to need all the help they can get tonight, as are they going to conclude that Skolnick's stick is in a legal pocket?
I mean, that's the only really thing I'm sure they can call is that the pocket's too deep. But I don't know if that's really true.
Yeah, it really just seems like Skolnick has been so dominant on the field tonight that that's something that Greeley is demanding, as Luke Taviacci, the 58% faceoff man, has not really won much of anything tonight, but the refs conclude that Skolnick's stick is legal, as it should be, and he will continue taking faceoffs and looks to continue the dominance. As he gets that ball out straight to DiGiovanni. Pass it over to Max Hill. Just a greatly executed face-off there for the Wreckers. As now we see some new faces on the field for the end of this first half. Just under a minute now. J.C. Gura, the senior, in at attackman. Connor Petrosino slows it down. Via the guest, Charlie, this will be the last shot of the half, the last possession. Now 40 seconds. Petrosino's backing all the way up to the 47. Wild now with it at the 46. They're close to the 50. Just slowing it down here, waiting for that last shot, the right shot. That is a philosophy that Coach Kashansky really emphasizes. As now you can see Coach Anderson, the offensive coach and the assistant varsity head coach, screaming to his offense. Now only 15 seconds on the clock. Weil looks back. He's guarded tightly. Weil gets by. Weil passes up on it. Hunter Pillai now to Ian Frankel. Trying to get around Krinsky. Only 5 seconds. Connor Petrosino, the deep shot off of Kaplo's stick. 1.4 seconds left. The Wreckers will need a miracle real quickly to get a quick goal. I don't see it happening, Charlie.
I mean, if Tristan Benning gets his ball in and immediately passes it, it could happen, but it's very rare. And as we see there, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, just not enough time for the Wreckers there. Could not get the shot they wanted, but Petrosino's contested shot does not go in. But the Wreckers are still up 8-4 at the end of this first half, Charlie.
Yeah, very eventful first half that we were in for, Dylan. 8-4 Wreckers lead. Huge offensive possessions for the Wreckers, and Greeley started to show some life there at the end of the first. But they aren't able to hold on as the Wreckers offense responded very quickly with 2 goals. We'll see how the rest of this game plays out. We got 10 minutes until the second half. Dylan, any last words?
That is all. It's Dylan Robin here with Charlie Kern at Pauline Field. The Wreckers lead the Horace Greeley Quakers 8-4. We'll see you in a few. Welcome back to WWPT 90.3 FM Westport and the O'Shea Productions live stream. We are back, Dylan Robin and Charlie Curran, for a second half of Staples Records across the opening day home opener. They lead 8-4 over the Horace Greeley Quakers as Eric Skolnick looks to take the face-off. Been so dominant tonight. The Wreckers win it once again. Finn Edwards with it. Now, Connor Petrosino. Finally, they put the long pull on him, earning the respect he deserves. Gets it to Tristan Benton.
Tristan Benton's having a great night. He's had 2 goals so far. Definitely looking to make that a hat trick in this home opener.
I'm ready for now.
Max Hill. The Wreckers slow it down to start the second half. Ian Frankel now. They put Ginsburg on him. That's the thing with the Wreckers. Connor Petrosino and Ian Frankel. One of them is going to have a short stick defensive mini on him. And whoever does, that game will be in trouble. As Ian Frankel drives the pass to Benton. It is good. Just like you said, Charlie. The hat trick for Tristan Benton.
I almost spoke that one into existence. Tristan Benton's got himself a hat trick in this home opener, season opener for the Wreckers. In the first half, he had very nice 2 goals, and the Wreckers on the offensive side did a very good job. And especially on the defensive side, holding really their 4 goals, but both sides of the ball for the Wreckers have just been so dominant overall. It's really hard to stop the offense and really hard to get past the defense.
Charlie, that was the fundamentals that the Wreckers are showing. Just so impressive. Ian Frankel with the D-midi on him. Draws the slide. Benton with the cut. Just perfect. Now, the Wreckers win the faceoff once again as Hunter Pillai loses it. Had a nice swim dodge. Gets to Max Hill. Slows it down. Now, Ian Frankel. Guarded by Jackson Barr, the Greeley midfielder with the hat trick tonight.
We've mostly seen him on the offensive side. Now he's on the defensive side for Greeley, really doing it all for them tonight.
Petrosino on the right side. Connor Petrosino takes it around. Good defense by Michael Giamelli. Petrosino can't take it there now. Ian Frankel guarded by Zach Klein. The mismatch is on Jack Pillai, guarded by Jackson Barr. Jack Pillai takes it to X. Benton shifts in front of the goal. Pillai doesn't have it. Passes it to Ian Frankel. Hunter Pillai now over to Nick Weil. Nick Weil, the shot. The bouncer saved by Kaplow. Ball is on the ground. Greeley picks it up. Passes it back to Kaplow, who gets it out to Zach Klein. A great save by Luke Kaplow. 54% save percentage last year, making a big one tonight.
Yeah, definitely a very hard shot to save from Nick Weil. Those bounces are very difficult, especially at goalie with a lot of commotion in front of the net. But,
full court shot, full field shot for Ty Dolan, the captain. The 10-man ride comes back to bite Staples. As we were talking, as Greeley was slowing it down, trying to get a clear, Captain Ty Dolan, with the experience as a senior, senses that Nate Hammond is out of the goal, shoots it the entirety of the field, 30-yard line to the net, sinks it. Never a doubt as Greeley just thaws right back. 9-5 Wreckers.
Yeah, not much you can do as Nate Hammond. I mean, Coach Kachansky, that's what you want to do. He wanted Nate Hammond out of the net. And obviously, that comes back to bite them there. I wonder if that'll change things for Coach K and the Wreckers.
Yeah, the Wreckers have been practicing this 10-man ride in scrimmages and practices. Kachansky is excited for it to work, but they always have their normal, it is actually called their Bulldog defensive system. Is now Connor Petrosino, the shot, trying to get the goal right back. Just misses. Tristan Benton receives it.
That's always smart on the offensive side. You always want to have a guy at X just in case those shots are missed, so you can have a guy back there and able to get the possession back in your favor.
Now Ian Frankel, guarded by freshman P.J. Bustle. Frankel, the pass to Pillai, just below Wilby Greeley ball. Fundamentals once again just continuing to bite the Wreckers. But it's a young team, and it's early on into the season. Just one game, two quarters even into the season. So we'll see. Wreckers continue with the 10-man ride. Hammond out of the net, but a great check by Murillo. Looks like Greeley called a timeout right before it, though.
Yeah, that was a nice check from the Colgate commit, Nate Murillo. Like you said, doing great timeout from Greeley as they just had the ball in possession in time, so they'll keep it their way. But Wreckers had a little bit of a trap there. It was Nate Murillo, and I want to say Finn Edwards.
Finn Edwards, yep.
They really went on that Greeley attacker and left him with nothing, just trying to save himself, get out of that trap. But they knocked it loose just a little bit too late.
Yeah, Coach Ben Potash not taking any risks with Murillo and Edwards, two super talented players swarming his attackman. That was actually midfielder Drew Ginsburg with the ball there, and calls a timeout as now Greeley will have a chance to digest and see if they can reduce this lead to 3.
We know they have it in them. Jackson Barr has gotten himself a hat trick. And you also got Luke Desi, Thomas Pollard, who are threats on the offensive side. So they got the people. It's just, can they get those shots off past Nate Hammond and past the Wreckers deep holes, which is very difficult to do. Wreckers have been playing excellent on the defensive side as well.
The Wreckers now ready, and so is Greeley. 23 will look to get this ball into an offensive rhythm. Gets it over to Ty Dolan, really just far right side. Guarded tightly by Edwards, lays some powerful checks there. And the name that we have not been calling, Charlie, Luke Desi, Greeley's star attackman, just absolutely isolated and exposed by Bear Swearingen tonight. Is now looks like Jackson Barr. Station ID comes in there. Jackson Barr, though, guarded by Max Hill. Bad pass. Ball on the ground. Going to go to Nate Murillo with it. The Colgate commit now. Gets it into the offensive side past the 50, and Hunter Pillai with it on the left 30. Great clearance, great defensive possession by the Wreckers as they now look to extend their lead to 5. What would be the largest of the night, as that's Nick Weil coming in. Nick Weil, the shot. It's good. 10-5 Wreckers. Nick Weil subs in, gets the pass. One step, quick catch and shoot. Nick Weil, 10-5. Wreckers lead.
Nick Weil, I mean, he came in sprint, and there's no way that ball was not being shot from Nick Weil. He saw his opportunity, he took it once again in the back of the net for Nick Weil.
Yeah, people seem to miss this about Nick Weil. He is insanely fast. Nick Weil, super athletic, just really a freak athlete, just incredibly fast. And he had all the momentum in the world there. Takes it, shoots it from pretty far out as the Wreckers now have their largest lead of the night and get to double digits just early here in the third quarter. 10-5, the Wreckers are up with 7:26 left in this third quarter. As now Taviocci finally wins the face-off. Greeley slows it down. This will be Captain Alexander Krinsky trying to clear it. Zach Klein, though, does not make the pass, and it goes straight back to Staples. They are holding it on. Hammond with the full field-ish pass to Hunter Pillai now. He will slow it down, but will he? Hunter Pillai gets to Nick Weil, just scored. Frankel into the game for the Wreckers. He has it at the 30. To Hunter Pillai. Hunter Pillai, Zach Klein guarding him. Looks for a shot, wants to get to his right side, does. The shot, it's good! Hunter Pillai with his third of the night, wearing the hat. 11-5. Staples leads.
Hunter Pillai did not care how much contact he was going through. Could have been maybe even a foul, but he didn't care. He just let it loose right by his ankles, that shot was. Very talented from the Bucknell junior commit. Wreckers now have a more than double lead on the Greeley Quakers, thanks to Hunter Pillai.
Like we have been saying, Hunter Pillai this offseason just has improved so much. Wants to get to his right side. It's where he's strongest. And although Zach Klein was in his face, he could not be denied. Hunter Pillai with the impressive goal. As now Eric Skolnick, through his legs to Max Hill, wins the faceoff. And there will be a flag on, seems like, Luke Desi with a hit on Max Hill. The Wreckers now will have back-to-back offensive possessions unless they end this one with a goal real quick.
Yeah, unfortunate for Greeley, as they now have to be a man down next possession.
Yeah, Charlie, it is not Luke Desi's night tonight. And now the Wreckers are going to slow it down. Just waiting. And now it is Nick Weil with a short stick on him. Nick Weil passes it to Hunter Pillai. The shot saved by Luke Kaplow. They will blow the whistle. And Staples will now have a man-up possession.
A great save there from Luke Kaplow, as that one was ripped by Hunter Pillai on that left wing. He had a shot and he took it, but Luke Kaplow knew where that one was going and able to get a stick there right in time.
And now this impressive man-up offense into the game. And Charlie, if I'm not mistaken, on that far right side, is that Charlie Clark with the ball, number 55?
That is correct, Dylan. We're seeing Charlie Clark in this game.
Thought he was
sprained ankle.
Yeah, thought he was ruled out, saving for St. Anthony's. Seems like he's in the game as Connor Petrosino now is down on the ground in pain. This does not look good.
Yeah, definitely not good. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I didn't really see much. But Sam Romano, the athletic trainer for this record team, is heading out there. But Pillai is just like spread. Oh, maybe a cramp.
Yeah, looks like cramping in the leg.
In the calf especially, I think.
Yeah, Petrosino has been great for the Wreckers tonight. So obviously something you do not want to see. Kashansky out there with them. But let's talk about Charlie Clark entering the game. They're now exiting the field. But Charlie Clark, obviously there's no real injury reports in high school lacrosse, but everyone was saying he is not playing tonight. He is ruled out, and we did not see him at all in the first half, but seems like he's going to get some minutes here now tonight, trying to prepare for the Wreckers' next game against St. Anthony's, one that will be a huge one. And Charlie Clark, just an unbelievably talented player.
Very talented.
As now Connor Petrosino limps off the field. Does not look to be too bad of an injury.
I mean, from here, it looked like it was just a cramp as they're trying to just stretch it out. He's able to walk himself, but obviously that right leg is just strained and straight. Can't really bend it or put slim to any weight on it, but we're going to see junior Asher Vangro sub into this game. He's going to get some minutes in this varsity lineup with 5 minutes left to go in the third.
Yeah, and as talented and tough of a kid Petrosino is, up 6 in the third quarter with just so much depth on this Wreckers team. I'm not sure if there's any need for Petrosino to continue playing tonight, as now this is going to be Zach Klein with the clear whistle blown. Looks like a timeout for Greeley.
Yeah, timeout Greeley. If they want to make this game within reach, they got to start now. I mean, 6-goal deficit. Those don't come that easy, especially with this Wreckers defense. So they really got to score pretty quick and pretty efficiently for the rest of this game and remain the Wreckers at 11 if they're going to want to have a chance. But in total, a lot of action on both sides of the field, offense and defense. Not much more you can really ask for.
And someone that I haven't seen in the game this third quarter is Ben Martell, Charlie. Seems like that on the attack, the Wreckers are making some substitutions. And the talented freshman, who knows, may be done for the night, may be back as another break. Just about 5 minutes left in this third quarter, though. Staples Wreckers lead the Horace Greeley Quakers of Chappaqua, New York, 11-5.
See if the Wreckers defense can hold their ground and really stay composed for the rest of this game. They've been doing a great job tonight under the lights at Paul Lane Field.
As for the attack for the Wreckers, it will be Hunter Pillai, Tristan Benton, and JC Gura. And they will be on defense with a defensive lineup of Dan Devine, Max Hill, Bear Swearingen, Finn Edwards, and Nate Murillo, as well as Rory Benton. As it will be Jackson Barr taking this one in. Already the tight double team. And just loses it instantly. Swearingen and Murillo. Barr is no match for them.
Take it.
Swearingen had the look, did not take it, gets to the Hunter Pillai, who just throws it a little bit over the head of JC Gura, hits off the top of his stick. Once again, Charlie, fundamentals.
Yeah, definitely wanted to see the shot from defenseman Bear Swearingen there. He's not going to get a lot more of those opportunities as the Wreckers have a very difficult rest of the schedule, but if I was Bear, honestly, I'm just ripping it. Why not? Why not us?
Yeah, much harder schedule for the Wreckers this year, and that is Nate Hammond now back, makes the save as Zach Klein wanted the full field goal. And Max Hill takes it into Greeley territory, but like I was saying, much harder schedule for the Wreckers this year. It's now Hunter Pillai. The dump off. Tristan Bennett, his fourth of the night. Nobody near him. 12-5 Wreckers lead. This second half has gotten out of hand.
Tristan Benton's having himself a night on this opening day. I mean, he hasn't really got much time to shine on the varsity field, especially because, I mean, Adam Udell, Charlie Clark,
Tristan Schaefer, Cam Pryor.
Yeah, all those guys. I mean, now he's finally getting his chance to shine, and he's showing off right now. He's got all the talent in the world for this Wreckers team and giving them opportunities and great looks for a really solid playoff run.
Yes, and that will be important with this hard schedule we were just talking about. Wreckers have St. Anthony's, Brunswick, New Canaan twice, Darien, Ridgefield, St. John's Prep, as Sam DiGiovanni is just weaving around players and absolutely hyped up.
That was very impressive.
Very impressive
With the 6
from
foot
the
pole.
LSM. Yep, as
6 foot pole, he's just spinning out there, losing defenders like it's nothing.
yeah, I imagine the adrenaline that DiGiovanni feels. But Coach Kashansky, a little nervous there, calls the timeout. Does not want a long pole to be doing that, especially with all those Greeley defenders around him. But Kashansky calls the timeout. 4 minutes left in this third quarter. 12-5, the Wreckers lead.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to start seeing a running clock in the fourth quarter. If Greeley doesn't, kind of step it up a little bit, start putting their foot on the gas and getting some offensive possessions to use.
I'm pretty sure it's 10 goals in the fourth for running clock.
That could be.
So we will see. Last year, the Wreckers had a couple of those games. Norwich Free Academy, Danbury. But this year, not so many cakewalk games when you look at their schedule. Every game this year is going to be a tough one. Some easier than others. But still, the Wreckers will be battle-tested as they look for their fourth state championship in 5 years this season with some new faces. It's Dylan Robin and Charlie Kern on the call. You are listening on WWPT 90.3 FM and the O'Shea Productions live stream as action will continue from Paul Lane Field. It will be Ian Frankel. Now, it's going to be Jack Pillai, the freshman. Gets it to Tristan Benton. Over to the other Pillai. That's Hunter Pillai, the junior. Already 3 goals tonight for Hunter. Nick Weil now. Now over to Ian Frankel. Has not scored yet, but now he does. Ian Frankel with the rip. Gets around A-card and absolutely fires that in. 13-5. The Wreckers have been dominant in this second half.
That was a very impressive shot from Ian Frankel. That was a near post top right on Luke Kaplow. Just very aggressive shot, very talented shot from Ian Frankel. I mean, Wreckers just aren't letting up at all tonight.
3:32 left in this third quarter, and the Wreckers have started this second half on a 5-1 run. 13-5. They are now on a 7-1 run from when it was 6-4 earlier in this game. As Eric Skolnick wins the faceoff again, gets to the Dan Devine. Ball now on the ground. Luke Desi kicks it to pretty much no one in front of Nate Hammond. Bear Swearingen picks it up. And Luke Desi of Greeley has done absolutely nothing tonight. And that was Dan Devine with a nice spin move, looking like the running back he is. But now Greeley gets the ball. Finn Edwards with the yard sale to check. And it's going to be Staples' ball. An unbelievable check by Finn Edwards.
Finn Edwards got himself a yard sale right there. We saw a couple of years ago, he was posted all over like lacrosse.com, Inside Lacrosse, for his yard sale at the Lacrosse World Championship.
World Series.
Yeah, we see it again here.
Now, the offense looks to extend it. Hunter Pillai gets past Klein. The low pass to Benton. And that has been a couple of them tonight where Hunter Pillai just cannot quite complete the passes, but has not proved to be a huge issue for the Wreckers.
Yeah, even though they've had a little bit of missed passes, not in the right placement, they've still definitely gotten their opportunities, as the scoreboard tells. 13 goals so far, with still a little bit more than a quarter to go.
Now this is Jackson Barr. Edwards and Murillo coming near him. Barr on the ground. Gets by both of them. Nice move by him. And it's going to be, seems like an offsides on Greeley. Is now Hunter Pillai. Takes it over to Tristan Benton. The quick offense. Finn Edwards, the pass. Gura, saved by Kaplow. I thought Edwards was going to shoot that one there, Charlie.
That would have been electric if either Finn Edwards or J.C. Gura had that goal there.
And now the full field pass just overshoots Thomas Pollard. Tried to catch, the defense lacking, cannot do so. Wreckers will get this possession, 1:51 left, and I expect them to play it pretty slowly to end this third quarter. Hammond with the great pass to Nate Murillo. That's Nate to Nate there. As now Gura, guarded by Krinsky, slows it down to Benton at X, to Hunter Pillai. Nick Weil with it. With Justin Halke being out this season, you will not see that Nick Weil, Justin Halke dump-off connection from last year. But the Wreckers still have made up for it as Hunter Pillai tries to get it to Benton. Benton cannot get it. That is Kaplow with a great pass, but dropped by Zach Klein. Ian Frankel, or Nick Weil, there was no one in net. He had a chance, did not shoot it. Now, Hunter Pillai, Spencer Akard, the short stick, going to be on him, slowing it down. About 45 seconds left in this third quarter, and this is a mismatch for Pillai, though he is all the way back at the 45-yard line with 40 seconds. Looks to see if he can get tons of momentum for a last shot of this third quarter.
Finally going to see some pressure here from Akard, but Hunter Pillai is just shoving him off.
Now down to 25 seconds. Hunter Pillai is doing whatever he wants, knowing that when A-Card provides pressure, he will strike and get past him. The Bucknell commit. 15 seconds. Hunter Pillai does just that. Gets past A-Card. 10 seconds. Looking for the shot. Passes it to Benton. Saved by Kaplow. Krinsky picks it up. Gets it to Kaplow. The full field pass. Cannot get it off in time, as it is now 13-5. Heading into the fourth quarter, the Wreckers lead the Horace Greeley Quakers. A dominant quarter from the Staples Wreckers.
Yeah, very dominant. The Wreckers did end up having a chance there at the end of the third. Tristan Benton with a left-handed quick shot just unfortunately did not go. Definitely had the opportunity. Great play from Hunter Pillai and the connection to Tristan Benton. But it looks like right now Ben Martell is walking off the field. He got undressed and he's going to the locker room with Sam Romano, the trainer. That's probably not a good sign, is my guess.
Well, that is the answer for why we have not seen Martell in this second half. He's walking fine.
Maybe it looks like something with his left shoulder.
Yeah, hand, shoulder. Cannot completely tell. Could be a concussion.
Concussion
Could
protocol.
be a concussion, maybe. But we will see, as that is not a good sign for the Wreckers. As tonight may not be needed much longer, but throughout the
he played
season,
great when he was in.
Ben Martell, and even just as a freshman, getting these developmental minutes is huge for him on varsity because he's just such a talented player, and just with experience, I expect him as a sophomore, as a junior, as a senior to be a complete threat and someone that could win championships with the Wreckers.
100% agree. We're going to see Eric Skolnick out here for the first time in a little bit as he's ready to take a face-off. 12 minutes until the Wreckers could start off this season with a check in the win column.
As it looks like to be the starters still, other than J.C. Gura in for Martell, seems like the starters all the way around will stay in as the fourth quarter starts. Though, Charlie, I do expect some of the more bench players to get in tonight if the Wreckers continue this lead. And Eric Skolnick wins that faceoff easily. Fast break now. Hunter Pillai. Tristan Benton the shot. Wide right. Gura chases that one pretty easily. Eric Skolnick, the Babson commit, has been so dominant tonight.
Yeah, that was a good look there from Tristan Benton. He had a nice little jump shot. Would have been pretty cool to see that one go in. Those are very difficult in these stages.
And Charlie, I'm not sure the last time Greeley has shot the ball. And now Ian Frankel. No goals yet tonight, but such a threat offensively. This is Hunter Pillai. Trying to get around. Hunter Pillai does the shot. Off the crossbar. Bounces about 20 yards backwards to the sideline.
more.
Shows the power he has with the shot. Wreckers retain possession. Ian Frankel now gets around two defenders. Ian Frankel, the goal. What a shot. Ian Frankel gets around A-Card and Pufall with his second of the night.
Ian Franco goes back-to-back for the Wreckers. And we are seeing the running clock, Dylan. Even though it's only a 9-goal lead, clock is still ticking as we speak.
What was once a 6-4 game has turned into an 8-1 run for the Wreckers. It is now 14-5 in this fourth quarter. And Greeley, who last year only allowed 7.3 goals per game, has that numbered almost doubled tonight. And Sam DiGiovanni gets the ground ball. Great move from him. And does his job, passes that to Hunter Pillai.
Hunter Pillai's taking his time. Wreckers just letting as much time tick off this clock as they can, but they're having some issues. It's not going right now, Dylan. The clock is not ticking. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe it shouldn't have been running clock, and they are stopping it to make up for that missed time. Maybe it was 10, Charlie, like we said. Not too sure about that one. But now Nick Weil to Ian Frankel, looking for the hat trick. Gets around, loses it. But that's Benton. Benton, it is good. Tristan Benton have a night. That is his 5th. As now the running clock will start. 15 to 5.
Clock is really only ticking when the ball goes in the net when it's supposed to stop, which is kind of funny. But Tristan Benton, we've said his name so much tonight, and it's deserving. He's having himself a great opening night, and I'm sure Coach K is looking forward to the rest of the season with him as one of their star attackmen.
Benton himself has matched the amount of goals that Horace Greeley has scored in tonight's game. 5 for Benton, 5 for Greeley. 15 to 5. The Wreckers lead 15 to 5 with 10:24 left in the fourth quarter. Maybe it will be time to see some substitutions here. Still Skolnick, though, wins the faceoff. Finn Edwards gets it pretty easily. Back to Eric Skolnick. Going to Hunter Pillai. Hunter Pillai gets past a man. Hunter Pillai, everyone around him. Hunter Pillai, the shot saved by Luke Kaplow still. And now Luke Kaplow, full field to 23. Can Greeley do something? 23 now with an opportunity. Bear Swearingen picks it up real quick. But that goes to Luke Desi. Does not feel it. Finn Edwards with the ground ball. And now Edwards has room to run. Edwards now at about the 30. Gets it to J.C. Gura. Stays on that offensive side. Now, Nick Weil. Guarded by Kyle Wan. Edwards runs back off. Jack Pillai in the game. The freshman now. Pillai with it. Left 20. Jack Pillai at the hash. Jack Pillai. The shot just over the net.
Yeah, a little bit high there from Jack Pillai. He wanted to take that one as he's already got himself 1 goal tonight. Wanted to make it 2 with that one. But one thing I've noticed with both Pillai brothers, the ability to get the ball, like when they have the ball and when they're ready to shoot, it's so quick. It's unbelievable how quick they're able to do that.
Just reps and hard work. And now it's Hunter Pillai, the shot. Off of Kaplow's stick. Goes high. And their shots so quick, like you said, Charlie, but also so fast when they are going at Holy Cross commit Luke Kaplow, who has not had the best night himself. Now it is Hunter Pillai once again. Pillai the shot. Just over again. As the clock was stopped, there seems to be some sort of confusion with it. 9:02 now left in this fourth quarter. You are listening on WWPT 90.3 FM in the O'Shea Productions 15 to 5. It's Dylan Robin and Charlie Curran as now Jack Pillai takes it at X, guarded by Brian Ross, the junior for Greeley. Jack Pillai with it. Passes it to his brother. Tristan Benton looking for the double hat trick and gets absolutely shoved. That's a flag.
He's cramping again. A lot of cramps.
Yeah, that one's got to hurt. Just Kyle Wan, the senior, absolutely illegal move. Shoves him from behind and causing him to cramp. Sam Romano onto the field, helping him out. But in a 15-5 game, Charlie, I think Tristan Benton's night might be done.
It could be done. I mean, they don't want to risk him for injury, but, I mean, this one's just a cramp. You could tell from here he just wanted to stretch out that leg. Could have been hamstring, could have been his calf. But, once again, let's hope he'll be okay, as they don't want to risk an injury for him for the rest of the season.
And speaking of cramps, I just see Connor Petrosino on the sideline, walking pretty easily, helmet off. He's probably done for the night, but good to see that he is feeling good, as now Benton is able to walk off the field himself. And if what Coach Kashansky did with Connor Petrosino is any indication of what he will do with Tristan Benton. Benton's 5-goal night will end here. Now, 8:39 left in the fourth quarter. Seems like they ran off some time.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see some new faces probably now for the Wreckers as Tristan Benton's going to head off the field.
Yeah, it's going to be sophomore number 28, Cameron Harold, into the game for the Wreckers to replace Benton. It goes right to Harold. Harold had some minutes in garbage time last season as a freshman, but coming off a broken hand as a sophomore, as Nick Wiles' shot misses. Harold chases that one, but goes Greeley ball. As the 10-man ride for Staples is continued. And Nate Hammond completely out of the net. 23 does not capitalize on that. Not the smartest move by Greeley. They were not expecting the 10-man ride going into this game. Completely has thrown them off.
They've only really capitalized on one opportunity, and they had a heave from one of their deep holes from all the way across the field. But other than that, the Wreckers have done a great job.
Has been working very well for Coach Kashansky. And now this is Thomas Pollard, guarded by Swearingen. Triple slide. Luke Desi. His shot is good. The star sophomore finally gets on the board, 15-6.
Desi finally making his mark in this one. I mean, that was very talented. He wrapped around all the way from X, just a near post goal. Once again, just perfectly placed. An unbelievable shot from the sophomore.
Yeah, as Luke Desi, the star player for Greeley, you can see has a sleeve around his calf. Got injured against New Fairfield a couple days ago, playing with a calf strain. Obviously has limited him tonight. As now this is Eric Skolnick. Cannot get the goal, though. A fast break, a good win. As it will be Asher Vengro now into the game for the Wreckers.
Would have loved to see an Eric Skolnick goal there. Looks like he just got hit a little bit right before he was shot, which caused that ball to go pretty haywire.
Now, going to be Ian Frankel. Frankel spins around. Frankel the shot wide right. A great move and a great shot by Frankel. Cannot connect. Will stay Staples' possession 7-17, 15-6. The score of this game. As it is now Nick Weil. Nick Weil, the shot. No good. Just pops out of Frankel's stick. As Greeley looks to clear the far side. Good full field pass. Greeley taking advantage of the 10-man ride. Luke Desi now guarded by fellow sophomore Finn Edwards. They've faced each other in club lacrosse. Now in varsity as Luke Desi trying to get Greeley back into this game. Loses it there. As now this is Rory Benton with it. Somehow stays with it as Greeley defenders swarm him. And now Finn Edwards has it on the left side. A great pass to Dan Devine, who gets it now to Gura. Now Max Hill slowing it down. 6:15. Takes it to the middle on the X at the 40. Max Hill. More of a defensive midi. Has not taken a shot yet tonight, but still such a speedster and can always be a threat. Max Hill guarded by Ty Dolan, the captain. Max Hill gets around him pretty easily. However, passes it to Asher Vengro at X. Now Nick Weil. Guarded by Jackson Barr. The slash and the goal. Nick Weil. No penalty. No problem. That was a goal for Weil. Penalty was called. Not a problem for Weil. 16-6.
Nick Weil, just an unbelievably athletic kid. Quarterback for this Wreckers football team and a crucial midfielder, attackman for this lacrosse team. He's having himself a night. I believe that was either his second or his third. Just, I mean, many records with multiple goals. It's just a great night for Coach Kachansky and the Staples Wreckers.
Absolutely right, Charlie. Weil with 2, Hunter Pillai with 3, Ben Martell with 2, Tristan Bennett with 5, and Ian Frankel with 2. Just raining goals here for the Wreckers. 16-6, 5:44 left in this fourth quarter, as it has been just dominance as Finn Edwards passes it back to Nate Hammond. It's going to be Rory Benton. Nate Hammond with a good pass. Ian Frankel gets clobbered by Greeley, and it will be the ball on the ground, picked up by Luke Desi now. The lefty gets past Edwards. Can Luke Desi do it? Takes it to X. Luke Desi, the shot. No good. Greeley will keep it. You can see the calf strain affecting him, losing a little bit of pep in his step there. But now, it will be Greeley's ball. Still, that is going to be Brian Ross. He drops it. Greeley looking for some sort of hope at the end of this game. Brian Ross. Desi at X. Guarded by Edwards. Edwards with the check. Shot is still good for Greeley. 16-7.
That was P.J. Bustle on that one. He just saw a hole right in front of the net, and he just took it himself all the way. He saw his teammate kind of getting balled up right by the goalpost. Then he saw that hole right in front of the net. Great pass from his teammate for an easy goal past Nate Hammond.
Hammond, though, very impressive tonight. Only 7 goals allowed, which has been great in what is his first start with the Staples Wreckers. As now, it is Nick Weil. Segura. Tristan Bennett back into the game. That is a good sign for the Wreckers. And now back to Nick Weil. Michael Giamelli, the sophomore, trying to evoke some pressure on him. Weil's experience does not matter. That is Weil's second penalty drawn on him in his last 2 times with the ball. And Giamelli gets caught lacking there. Benton, long pass. This is going to be Jack Pillai to his brother Hunter. The shot, it's good. Hunter Pillai with his 4th of the night as the Wreckers continue with their lead. You hear it on the speakers. It's danger zone. The Wreckers are dangerous. 17-7. 3:52. It is Dylan Robin and Charlie Curran here on the call.
You are going to hear that a lot this year and next year. Pillai to Pillai for a goal. Doesn't matter which one. It could be Hunter to Jack. In this case, it was Jack to Hunter with another one.
Just incredible by the brothers. Both so talented, both so fast and athletic and shifty, and really just tons of similarities in their games. This year, it is Jack's first ever game as a Staples varsity Wrecker, but they will be a threat for years to come. As Skolnick wins the faceoff and gets it out to Finn Edwards. Timeout called by Coach Kashansky with 3:44 left in the fourth. And it seems like this is the time where the subs start to be coming in.
Yeah, definitely the time for all the subs to come in, Dylan. This game is pretty much over. I think we might even see a goalie change. Sophomore Grant Fessinger, correct me if I'm pronouncing that right. Thiesinger, sorry about that. We might see him come into this game for Nate Hammond, and definitely a lot of defensemen coming out of the game, attackmen coming out of the game, midfielders. Just because at this point, maybe even earlier could have been useful. You don't want to risk injury, especially this earlier on in the season.
Yeah, and what would be the point of calling a timeout there if he wasn't going to make the subs? will be Hammond staying in the game, however. As it is 17-7 with 3:44 left in this game. The defense will be similar to the starters, just Finn Edwards, the LSM now, instead of Rory Benton. And Greeley now takes the field after a rough game, their second of the season. A nice win in game one for them, an overtime win over number 9 ranked New Fairfield. But number 3 ranked Staples in Connecticut proved to be too strong from them. 17-7, 3:44 left. Dylan Robin and Charlie Kern on the call. As seems like a good portion of the starters actually will stay in, as now Asher Vengro takes it to Ian Frankel. Seems like the Wreckers will just pass it around for the last 3.5 minutes. Don't need to score. Really just working on late game, keeping the ball technique for when this is a 1-goal game against some of the top teams in Fairfield County. However, the Wreckers do lose it there. As now it's going to be Greeley on the clear. Wreckers still going with the 10-man ride. Is Luke Kaplow, the deep one. Gets it to Thomas Pollard. Slows it down, though. No reason to force anything at this stage in the game. Just 2:45 left in this one.
How much more you could ask for from the Wreckers? They've been playing great tonight on both sides of the ball, and I'm sure Coach Kachansky is happy.
Now this is Barr. Great check by Nate Morello. Goes back into Thomas Pollard's hand, and he drills it. Thomas Pollard now with the hat trick. 17-8, just a great shot, low left corner. That is one of the hardest spots for a goalie to save it. As Greeley looking good, but was not enough tonight.
Yeah, they've had a lot of shots, and most of their shots have actually gone in. It's just the Wreckers have prevented more shots from Greeley. It's just they've only had so many opportunities, and the ones that they've taken, they've either made or it's just been a save from Nate Hammond. And there hasn't been a lot of shots from Greeley overall tonight.
Now it will be Micah Weinstein against Eric Skolnick on the faceoff. Less of a sample size, but a 74% win percentage at the midline. But Skolnick takes it pretty easily, running off the field there, though. Seems to be in a little bit of pain, but looks to be fine. As Gura now at X. To Sam DiGiovanni. Passes it to Max Hill and gets back over the midline. Ian Frankel will come in for the offensive. 2 minutes left. 17-8 here at Paul Lane Field. The sun has set. What has been a beautiful day now turns into a beautiful night here with the Wreckers win. As Max Hill now doesn't take it. Jack Pillai tries to force it into Vengro. Cannot connect. Greeley will have the ball. Now it will be Alexander Krinsky. The deep pass. Absolutely no chance. Max Hill. That's to Finn Edwards, who gets to the Nate Murillo. The pull. Can he do anything here? Decides not to go for the goal and passes it to Frankel. However, Murillo stays on the offensive side. With the 6-foot pole, much harder for them to score. Much easier to get the ball out. And Ian Frankel, the shot. No good. Very, very close. Vengro chases after it. Will be Staples' ball with 1:12 left in this game. Can Staples score their 18th of the night to make it a double-digit win? And that's Hunter Pillai wants it to his brother Jack Pillai. Jack Pillai off the crossbar. We were going to get the other side of Pillai to Pillai, but just oh so close. Jack Pillai barely missing his second goal of the night.
Like I said, Dylan, you're going to hear a lot of that, and That's already been the second one tonight in the last probably about 4 minutes. It's going to be a great connection between the two for the rest of the season.
And the full field pass, disrupting the 10-man ride there. Some new faces in Alex Kovacs, playing some nice defense for the Wreckers. Gets into the game, his first minutes. Now, this is going to be Brian Ross. Ball is down. Picked up. 25 seconds now. Nate Hammond to Nate Murillo. Gets it over the line. And the Wreckers will slow this down for the last 15 seconds. Nick Weil passes it to Hunter Pillai. Does he want a goal in garbage time? I'm not sure. Gura passes it. Nate Murillo loses it. It seems like the Wreckers are continuing their aggressiveness. But that will do it. The first game of the Wreckers season. The first game without Josh Marcus. The first game without Adam Udell. It does not matter. The 2026 title defense for the Staples Wreckers starts off with a 17-8 win over the Horace Greeley Quakers. Tristan Benton, 5 goals. Hunter Pillai, 4 goals. Nick Weil, Ben Martell, and Ian Frankel, 2 goals. It's Dylan Robin and Charlie Kern on the call. You are listening to WWPT 90.3 FM, and that will be all. The Wreckers' next game is against St. Anthony's in Long Island on Saturday, April 11th.